Love, exciting and new.
Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever.
It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships of Bermudan and British Registry.
This episode is brought to you by Nerds Gummy Clusters, the sweet treat that always elevates the vibe. With a sweet gummy surrounded with tangy, crunchy nerds, every bite of Nerds Gummy Clusters brings you a whole new world of flavor. Whether it's game night, on the way to a concert, or kicking back with your crew, unleash your senses with Nerds Gummy Clusters.
And hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
For your entertainment today, me and Rich are going to do a completely musical episode of just us singing. Are you ready, Rich?
No. What the fuck?
Could you imagine if that's, like the old Buffy episodes they did? Like,
Where they
there's
just
always
do
like
a
a
musical
episode.
Yeah.
We should just do a whole episode of just us singing.
No one wants to listen to
No,
that.
I have got a terrible voice, it seems.
Me too.
Understandable. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unequal Sequel, the podcast that talks about sequels, sometimes prequels, sometimes remakes.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, we have a bit of a free week, don't we, Rich?
Well, there's no sequels out this week for us to review.
Yep. There's also no anniversaries out to talk about.
No, there's
either.
no anniversaries
I
either.
checked. Nothing.
But we've not done a ranking for a while.
No, and we've been teasing this one for a while, to be honest. I think we've been trying to put it off.
Yeah. It's sort of like ranking which poop I'd rather eat.
It's only because should I say what it is?
Yeah, you probably should, yeah.
It is the Sony Marvel Spider-Man universe. Hang on, there's two names
The
that it's known
SPUMC
as.
universe, whatever it's called.
Well, it's either the SSU, which is the Sony Spider-Man universe, or it's the SPUMC, which is Spunk. I don't want to make it rude.
We're just going to call it the Spunk universe.
Yeah,
because
Sony,
fuck it.
Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters. I mean, it's a mouthful.
It's as shit as it sounds, basically.
Oh God, I'm trying to make it this positive and build it up.
You can't be positive. There are 6 movies. Only one of them is slightly passable.
Well, there's a teaser. It might happen in the next 35 minutes. It's happened because Sony have declared that they're putting a hold, or they're ending, or they're pausing this for a while because, let's be honest, it hasn't been a massive hit.
No, because they're only doing it so they can hold on to the rights for Spider-Man. They're only doing these characters so they can hold on to the rights to them. So they clearly don't care about the quality of the movies, because I can't think of another reason why you would churn out this much pap.
I'm sure that's not their thoughts at the beginning. Maybe
We can talk about that, I suppose. But then it starts reasonably well and goes rapidly downhill from there.
Rapidly does go downhill. So you said there's 6 films. Can you name those films that we're going to do?
I can. Do you want me to name them in order?
Why not?
Okay. In chronological order of release, we have Venom was the first one. Is that right?
Yep. Venom was 2018.
And then is it Let There Be Carnage? Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage? That's the second one, right?
Yep, that was 2021.
And then it's Morbius.
Yep, that was 2022.
And then it's Madam Web.
2024.
Then it's Venom The Last Dance.
Also 2024.
And then it's Kraven the Hunter.
And also 2024. God, we were not treated well in 2024, were we?
No, all 3 of those can get in the actual bin.
Now, a few of them were pushed back a little bit. I think Kraven was
pushed back multiple times, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think it was filmed in like 2022 and then repeatedly pushed back.
I feel like Madam Web was pushed back a bit. Maybe even, the others because of the pandemic, maybe.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, anyway.
But what a ride!
What a ride!
What a ride!
So we're going to rank these bad boys in order of quality.
Well, let's start with worst and make our way to the best.
Okay, I have a feeling our worst and our best will be the same. I think. Although I don't know, actually, with your worst, it might be different.
No, I think whoever listened to the big yearly roundup would know our worst, because 3 of those films came out in the same year.
True.
And one of those films was both mine and yours worst sequel of 2024.
Yes.
So shall we start there at number 6?
It's Kraven the fucking Hunter, isn't it?
Kraven the Hunter. Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson, directed by J.C. Chandor.
Mm-hmm. It has no right to be this bad. With the cast that it's got, the director, it shouldn't be this shit. And if you watch the first 8 minutes, they're pretty good. And then it's just massively downhill from there.
Quickly, there's that 20-minute...
20 minutes.
So you got 8 minutes, and then you got 20 minutes of the backstory.
Oh,
which goes on for far too
20
long.
minutes of flashback, which is mostly pointless.
Mostly pointless. And it also makes... Now, probably all of these guys, these are meant to be bad guys in my eyes.
Oh, yeah, they're all villains, yeah.
So should be doing some bad things.
I think you can get away with Venom being an anti-villain, because there's enough comic book canon to suggest that Venom becomes as much of a hero as he is a villain. He's both, don't get me wrong, but Venom does come around in the comic books, and I'm sure most of them have a storyline or two where they are on the right side, but for the majority, they're villains. Madam Web isn't a villain.
I haven't got a fucking clue about Madam Web. She's a weird woman that sits in a chair in a parallel universe.
Yes.
That pops up once in a while to annoy Peter Parker.
Pretty much, yeah.
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 But this Kraven the Hunter, it is so bad. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we can really go into it, because if you want to hear what we really thought about it, go listen to the yearly roundup.
Or the episode where we review it. For a whole 35 minutes.
It makes us physically angry. And we saw a lot of bad films last year, and this was the worst.
It makes me double angry because Kraven the Hunter is my favourite Spider-Man baddie.
I feel so sorry for you, because I know, weirdly, you were... At one point, I think you were looking forward to it. I mean, you were also incredibly nervous about it.
I almost thought that, this could buck the trend and almost be good. And
it's got good elements.
For a few minutes at the start of the movie, I was like, hang on a second. This might actually be all right. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. They lull you into that false sense of security and then kick you hard in the nuts.
It's the chemistry, it's the storyline, it's the effects. All bad. It feels like it's AI
How
written.
Did you track me down? There's no one I can't track. What do you want from me? I need your help to track someone. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if everyone's seen this yet, because this is the film that killed it, I think, pretty much at this point. There was no real demand for a Kraven the Hunter anti-hero film.
No.
I think everyone wanted a Kraven the Hunter bad guy in the Spider-Man film. That would be really cool.
Yep. Proper, close to the comics, big fucking Russian that,
he would sacrifice his own children.
Wants to kill you.
Yeah. He's a bad motherfucker. Also very good in the games recently. The last Spider-Man game that came out on the PlayStation, Kraven is like the big bad guy in that, and he's really vicious and horrible. Really, really mean. And that's kind of what I was expecting a little bit. And then we got this weird lion man powered guy who turned into a superhero because a lion bled into him.
I don't really know.
And then also there was Under the Stars or something, and there's some voodoo witchcraft in there somewhere.
There's some voodoo stuff in there and potion-y business honestly, like, that is explained so incredibly badly. That that monologue. Oh my God.
Yeah, Ariara DeBose, is that her name?
Yeah.
An Oscar winner. This is not her movie.
No. Whoever
This
was
is no
directing
one's
her,
movie.
we know who was directing her, but you need to kick up the butt.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Crowe's in there.
Russell Crowe is there.
He's chomping, he's eating that scenery, he's giving another accent a go.
I know. Should he be there though? That's the question.
He probably should have been Kraven.
He
to be
probably
honest.
should have been Kraven. He's a closer to Kraven than actual Kraven in this movie.
Yeah. Okay. So next on, we're going to number 5. Right?
Yeah, this is where we might vary a little, I think, in the middle.
Yeah, because I know how angry you were last year with movies.
But
so
like I say, there's nothing between. I mean, I think 1 and 2 on my list are slightly separate, but 3 to 6 could all be in any fucking order, to be honest.
Yeah, it depends what kind of mood you're
Because
in.
they're all shit.
What kind of mood are you in today? Number 5.
It's Madame Web.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, okay. All right then. Okay.
This is good.
The only reason Madame Web isn't bottom is because Sydney Sweeney and her gang are pretty entertaining. Like,
Yeah.
spider kids. Like, I like that.
For me, Madam Web is trash.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and I know there's different dials of good, bad, but it's kind of borderline like Room bad. Some of the stuff in there for me. It's hilarious how bad it is. Kraven is just bad. It makes me angry bad.
Yeah.
Madam Web is like, let's get pissed and watch
there's
this.
fun to be
it's a great
had
laugh.
watching how bad it is.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Dakota Johnson, fuck knows what she's doing. Genuinely. I don't know what she's doing.
When they came to her for that part, what made her say, I can't, well, what Sadie said yes must have been her agents going, this is a superhero film, it'll be good for you, or I don't know. And she's like, I do not want to do this movie.
Yeah.
And then Sony were like, here's £10 million or something.
She's like, okay, I'll do this movie, but I'm going to be deliberately terrible.
I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
And it's going to show on every frame of film. Every frame.
Yep. Yeah.
There's going to be nothing behind the eyes. I'm going to be somewhere else.
No.
And it shows. And she goes to Brazil for some reasons.
In a car in 25 minutes.
So how she turns into Madam Web is because her mum was in the Amazon for some reason.
I mean, literally, she's like, from my mum who was experimenting the Amazon had died for some reason. Like, it's so clunky. It's all so clunky.
The dialogue is very clunky.
It was like, we're just going to cram all the exposition into this one bit of dialogue.
And they do.
Just going to come off like an AI wrote this movie.
This is the closest one I feel like an AI did write this movie. Or even made the movie.
They all feel a
visually
little
as
bit
well.
like it was AI that did it, and they're just putting humans' names on it.
Or the writers just took the money and like, we'll leave this to...
I'll just ask ChatGPT to write me a fucking script.
Write me a Madam Web story.
Yeah.
Boom. I mean, it's got a fake Spider-Man bad guy for some reason. There's a bit of flash forward, flash back in, magical time travel-y scene in the future shit.
I obviously haven't watched it since we watched it for the podcast.
No one's picked it yet.
About a year
someone
ago,
will.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was about a year ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I hope I never have to watch it again.
Someone will pick it. Someone must pick it.
Well, it's not really a sequel. I know we've done it as a sequel, but it's sort of not. So people might not pick it because it's not really a sequel.
You say that, but someone has picked Morbius. So
true.
And we do franchise things, and this is it's definitely a franchise now, Rich. There's 6 of these fuckers. And they're all connected under her web or something. So
yeah,
I would have liked a big payoff at some point with a Spider-Man or a Sinister Six. We'll get to them trying to team them up. But Madam Web it looks rubbish. It's got the worst final shot, I keep saying, in any movie.
That is awful, isn't it? It's terrible.
When she's stroking her children, she's got these weird sunglasses on. And I think that's meant to be like, hey, this is our Madam Web that you're expecting to see from the comic books. And it doesn't get there. I would love to see what a sequel to this film looks like, though. I would love to see it.
Would you? You're that sort of person. Like you're like, oh no. Are you one of them? You're like a sadomasochist. You're like.
I would watch pretty much any comic book movie, I think, even if it's bad. But this cast is really good. It's directed by S.J. Clarkson, good director. It's got good actors in it. It's got Adam Scott as Ben Parker. Those are horrible bits when they're trying to point towards Spider-Man.
Oh God, yeah.
In this movie, it's got some really what's the word I'm looking for? Product placements is bad in this movie with the Pepsi can in particular. The bit when I think she drives back to Brazil when she's stolen a taxi at one point.
Yeah.
Me and Rich quite can work out how she's been hunted by the FBI and whatever, but she still gets to fly back or drive to Brazil. And then she drives back or flies back. And out of all these films, like in this series, this is the one that never should have been made.
Yeah. Well, none of them should have been made, really.
Well, I can see how you got to a Kraven the Hunter or a Morbius. They're big. But a Madam Web, she just sits in a chair, Rich, and tells Spider-Man in riddles of what's about to happen or something or other in another dimension. Yeah. That's what I know, kind of, my Madam Web. Not running around being a paramedic.
No.
Anyway, it is shit. What's next?
For me, Venom the Last Dance is next.
Okay, mine is different now.
Okay, so I'm presuming yours is Morbius.
Mine is Morbius.
Yeah, well, my 3 is Morbius. So
my 3 is Venom the Last
Dance. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so how do you want to attack this?
Well, I can't believe that I'm going to say this.
Go on.
But I feel like I need to watch Venom the Last Dance again because you and I were so different on it. You thought it was an okay movie, and I thought it was so fucking shit. And I cannot believe I'm putting Morbius as the fucking 3rd best movie. Like, honestly, that film is crap, and I dislike Jared Leto, and I'm still putting Morbius above this Venom movie that on paper I should like.
Yeah. I think when you went to, well, we've had this discussion a few times. I think you were going in too high.
I went in too high. I'd seen the trailer and I thought, you know what? I think this could be good. And that was wrong. That was a mistake.
It's like a breakup you didn't see what was coming.
Yeah.
It blindsided you for some reason.
I don't know why.
You've been in this horrible relationship. It hasn't been working. And one day she just says, you know what? It's not working. You're dumped. And then you're like, what? But in this film, it was Venom the Last Dance. You know, this is bad.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had an okay time with Venom the Last Dance because I knew it was going to be trash. I knew Tom Hardy throws his all in these movies, which I enjoy. I enjoy the inner voice that Venom has and the fun. But it's just
so fucking stupid.
And I liked what's his face, Rhys Ifans.
I hate
the
family. I hate the family. I hate fucking Mrs. Chen turning up and then they're doing a little Vegas. Fucking dance for no reason.
There is a reason. It's called The Last Dance.
Oh.
It's good, right?
They don't know it's called The Last Dance, Dave. They're fucking characters. They don't know what the movie's called.
Yeah, but there's a lot more like symbiotes in it, and they're all fighting. And
yeah, I don't like them either.
There's a big. He makes a symbiote horse at some point.
It makes Juno Temple look bad. That's a bad thing.
Again, how do they get these people to be in these movies?
Money
talks. Yeah. Well, Morbius for me is below Venom, but but above Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter because I think Matt Smith is having a whale of a time. In that movie.
Yeah.
I think he knows what kind of film he's in and the work he has to do. Jared Leto, I'm still not quite sure what film he's in.
No, he's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And this is the thing. I think any of these, so far, all the movies we've talked about could pretty much be interchangeable depending on what day it is for me. Yeah. Like, I think they're all just fucking awful. And it genuinely is like, which turd would I rather eat? Like, none of them, clearly.
Oh God, yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I feel the pain and the anger, but they are made. They are a thing now, and we have watched them all. And surely not every director and writer and actor that made these films went in thinking they were making bad films. Like, because we're always saying no one plans to make a bad film, right?
No, but I think at this point,
but this is
I
the
almost
closest
feel
we've said
like
this.
Sony are taking the piss out of us, like by deliberately making them bad.
Yeah,
Like you can't. I just don't think you can have this run of movies that are so bad without someone going, "Hang on a sec, you realise these are bad, right?"
because none of them made money really. Only the Venoms made the good money.
Yeah.
Like good money. The others did not make good money. I mean, Madam Web got about 100 million. Morbius maybe a bit more. Kraven didn't even get close to 100 million in the end. And I think all the Venoms did like 400 plus. But the reason the Venoms kind of stand out, and we'll get, because we're clearly going to get to them soon, is that they're actually quite fun.
Yeah.
And for me, The Last Dance is more in the fun category than fun bad category.
You're right.
Web and Morbius.
Actually, you are definitely right. Last Dance is so much more fun than Morbius. Morbius takes itself so fucking seriously.
That's the Jared Leto effect.
Yeah, it does. It's so serious. And it's just, it's comical because it tries to be so serious.
Yeah.
It's almost a parody of itself. And you're right, actually. Venom The Last Dance is more fun. And I think maybe you've convinced me to swap them.
Oh my God. But before you do that, just remember there is one good scary scene in Morbius when the nurse is walking up the corridor and the lights keep flickering out.
Yeah.
That's like the best scene in the movie. It could be the best scene in any of these Sony films, to be honest. It's well done.
Yeah.
I've just remembered Tyrese is in that film. What the fuck is he doing in that movie?
No idea. Genuinely. No idea. I'd forgotten he was even in it. So
and that is mad. And then you got Richard Harris's son in there. Jared Harris is.
Oh yeah, Jared Harris.
And they're meant to be from Greece or something, and they don't sound anything like Greek. And
no,
the fights
slightly.
look awful.
Yeah.
They look all swishy,
They really do.
swishy.
And Jared Leto just annoys me on his stupid little crutches.
Oscar winner Jared Leto. Let's put that up there as well.
No, don't do that to me. How?
Hey, Ara DeBosa's got an Oscar. She was in Kraven.
Yeah, but
Jared Leto's got an Oscar. He's in this.
Mm.
I bet say Dakota Johnson might be nominated at some point for something. Bigger Splash, maybe.
Really?
Probably not. She's either really good, Dakota Johnson, or she's really miscast in most films she's in, I think. The Peanut Butter Falcon, she's great in. Really good.
Yeah.
Bigger Splash, she's really good in.
Yeah.
Everything else, like the 50 Shades movies, woof. That is
I've never seen any
some
of them.
bad acting.
Yeah. I've never
Don't say that. The people will ask to watch them in Boxing Mentality, and that'd just be an awkward conversation about me and you talking about whipping and spanking for 2 hours. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
Now streaming on Peacock.
By all that's holy, Bridget Jones.
Hello, old friend.
Bridget Jones is back.
We are about to embark on an adventure.
For one final chapter.
Anything else I can help with?
Yes.
Experience every moment.
Do you think about what might have been?
And fall in love.
To Bridget.
All over again.
It's time to live.
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, streaming now only on Peacock.
I don't think Dakota Johnson has ever had any
I'm sorry,
nominations. I think she came close for The Lost Daughter, I think. Is it The Lost
Okay, that
Daughter?
was pretty recent, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, but she, like, that film got Oscar nominations, but she didn't get one.
What a shame. I was trying to big her up and like, yeah, she's a great actress.
I mean, you're right, though. She has been in movies where she is a good actress, where she's done a good job.
At what point do you think these actors are worked out that they're in a bad film?
I don't... this is the problem.
A lot of it looks like it's on paper. Like the script is awful. Or they're not showed a script.
I don't know that you know that until it's all put together. Like, it must be really difficult for an actor to know anything like that. Because you don't see the movie, you don't see what the camera sees. The director knows, but I think it's really hard for an actor to know. And also, I mean, let's be honest. Like, do you go to work and think about the quality of your output as the company? Do you know what I mean? It's not really your job to worry about that, is it? Like, I don't know. It's my job because I'm the CEO of where I work. Yeah. So it's my job to worry about that. But for people that work for me, it's up to me to direct them to produce quality.
So you'll put it on the director.
I put it on
the producer.
Both,
it's really
it's
the producer's film, really, because it's the producer that hires the director for the vision kind of thing.
Yeah.
The director reports to the producers. So... I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so let's just count down where we are. So 6 were the same, Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
5 were the same, Madam Web.
Yeah.
4, I went for Morbius.
Yeah.
And you went for Venom Last Dance, but you might change that.
I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to go with you. Go Morbius. Morbius 4 and Venom Last Dance 3, because you're right, at least it's fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Venom Last Dance at what number are we now? 4.
No, 3.
3.
So
fun. It's fun.
Yeah. You're
Tom
right.
Hardy, he knows that character by this point. He isn't trying to break the word, like...
It's shit and stupid,
records.
though.
But if you watch him from Venom 1 to Venom 3, there's a decline of his well-being, and it is, and it looks like it's taken it mentally and physically strained. Not just him personally. I'm not talking about. I mean, on the character.
Yeah.
I think there's an arc there. I think there's some storytelling.
I think you're giving this way more credit than it deserves. But
no,
you could be right.
I think that it's always been. This has been coming, the dance to the death kind of thing. He knew that. Did I too cheesy?
Too much.
Okay.
Too much.
And I think he's great in these movies. I love Tom Hardy in these movies. Tom Hardy carries these movies.
He's great in the first movie. He's good in the second movie. He's fine in the last movie.
You can clearly tell he likes playing these characters, though.
Yeah.
Or he likes playing Venom.
But he's got
so
little to work with in this last one. It's so shit. Like, it's thin. So thin.
Well, that's why it's number 3.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing your number 2 is
Let There Be Carnage.
Let There Be Carnage.
It's better than all the others. Woody Harrelson's having fun. I actually quite enjoyed it. I also give it bonus points because my son loved it. So even though he's far too young to have watched it, but he loves Venom.
Directed by Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Should say the third one's directed by Kelly Marcel. So, but Andy Serkis. It's still got, I'm about to say Naomi Scott, but it's not her. It's got Michelle Williams in it, still playing Anne.
Yeah.
It's got Naomi Harris in. It's got Stephen Graham in, who is underutilized a little bit and then truly underutilized
in Last Dance, he may as well not be there.
I was really looking forward to what they were going to do with him.
Yeah, and then turns out nothing.
Yeah. Which was truly annoying. But yeah, there's stuff in Let There Be Carnage that is, again, fun, which is, again, the Eddie Venom stuff. I mean, they go to a nightclub, Venom does, and he's all glow-sticked up, and he's having a great time.
Yeah. He's not with Eddie then, though.
No, he's not.
No, so he's not Tom Hardy at that point.
But it's still a fun scene.
But like I say, it gets points because I love Naomi Harris. I think she's great. I love Michelle Williams. I think she's great. I think Woody Harrelson knows what movies he's in and gets it right.
Bad wig.
Yeah, bad wig. But, he's supposed to look bad and mental, isn't he? So Stephen Graham, you can't really fault him. But yeah, it's all right. It's an okay movie. It's got Scroobius Pip in it.
It's only 97 minutes long.
Yeah,
so
it's nice and short.
It's nice and short, and it clatters through pretty quickly. It's a great film to watch on the plane.
Oh yeah, okay. It's one I could stand to watch again. That's a decent compliment for these Sony movies. I could stand to watch Let There Be Carnage again. Yeah.
It's fun seeing Venom and Carnage fight, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's fun to see all those actors on screen doing their thing. I think all the people in these films, because clearly we know what's number one, know the films they're in. And they also feel well made compared to those bottom three.
Yes. It's an acceptable movie. It doesn't feel like it's written by AI. It's not anything that's going to win any Oscars. It's not up there for me with anything that's great. But it's a reasonable movie.
Yeah. And it goes, bigger than the first one, which is a good thing for a sequel. And the effects look great, I think, of the actual symbionts.
Yeah, they're all right. And Carnage is a genuine, menace as well. It's a genuine threat, so, yeah.
I agree.
There's funny bits where, Venom's like, oh, there's a red one. That's like that. Oh, that's funny.
And they swear, and it's great. And again, Tom Hardy is fun in this movie. So that leads us on to our number one, which is both just Venom, 2018's Venom.
And I really like this movie. I really like Venom. The first Venom movie. Finally. It's not for everyone. I know not everyone likes it. I have a blast with it. I think it's fun.
It's funny because it got absolutely clattered by the critics when it first came out.
Yeah.
But it made lots of money. The audiences seemed to really like it. It was kind of this silly, popcorny film. Again, Tom Hardy being absolutely nuts in it and kind of doing stuff we haven't really seen Tom Hardy do before because he's a very serious actor. So in 2018, when he was playing this character, it was quite cool. And, there's the lobster scene, certainly a scene.
Yeah.
Again, I think the Eddie Venom stuff really works. This is the only one of all these films I never saw in the cinema. I never saw Venom on the cinema.
Oh, okay. I can't remember if I did or not.
Again, I watched it on an aeroplane. Great aeroplane film.
I think I might have seen it in the cinema. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's got Riz Ahmed in it, but he's not the best, I'd say. He's sort
pretty
of
creepy.
He's creepy. He's one of those bad guys you're like, is he really...
he's a bad guy.
I don't know, he's the bad guy. No, but I mean, is he really menacing enough? He's kind of like a relatively weak bad guy, I would say.
I feel like he's the kind of kid that kind of got maybe bullied at school and then's got a bit of power and then takes it up out on
he's
everyone
Elon
else.
Musk. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he's that kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally finds himself and he's a bit creepy.
He's very creepy.
Lack of friends, and he's finally found himself in some money.
Love Michelle Williams.
I like Michelle Williams. I like the relationship with her boyfriend. Makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Reed Scott, the actor.
Is that his name?
I think so. It
is Reed Scott.
Dr. Dan is his character.
Dr. Dan Lewis has also got Jenny Slate in there, who can't say symbionts or symbiotes, whatever she says for most of that film. Everyone picked on it. This one's a bit longer. It was about 1 hour 52, maybe a bit too long. But it was, I don't know, this was a period when Marvel was really flying as well in 2018.
Yeah. And I think that's why people didn't like it, because it wasn't as good or as polished as those Marvel movies we were watching. Whereas I think if this came out later when the Marvel stuff had gone downhill, everyone would be like, this is a pretty good Marvel movie compared to I don't know, Love and Thunder or Quantumania or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Not Exactly Madness.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, on Rotten Tomatoes, the Venom critics got 30% and audience is 80%. Last Dance is 40% now, critics, and audience is 80%.
And that just goes to show, because Last Dance came out when Marvel was shitter.
Yes. Venom Let There Be Carnage, 58% critics, 84% audience. It's $1 billion trilogy. It's made over $1 billion. Of all these films there, this is the one I would rewatch.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'd be like, I'll quite happily sit and watch Venom. Do you know what? I'd probably sit and watch Venom 2 quite happily as well, because it's 97 minutes.
Yeah. But I really don't want to watch 3 again. And I will have to, because my son will want to watch it. And
that's when you're going to really analyse it and be like, is it worse or better than Morbius?
Yeah, that's true.
Who have we had recently? I don't know if we can say this. Someone that we've had interviewed. I can't remember if it's season 8. Didn't like it. I can't remember who it was.
What? Venom, the first Venom?
The Last Dance.
Oh, no, The Last Dance. Oh, well, I don't think anyone really liked it.
I mean, really didn't like it.
Me.
Well, I can't say the name because that would be spoilers of who we got coming.
But anyway, it'll come up. I don't know. I don't listen to the stuff back. I've not listened to any episodes back yet because you edit them, so you've got a better memory than I have.
Are you, and this is a dumb question, so get ready for it. Are you sad that it's over?
No. I'm incredibly happy that it's over.
When they first announced that they were doing these silly films, were you like, oh, that could be cool?
I was, actually. I thought that could be cool. I'd quite like a Sinister Six. If that could tie in with Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man has to fight the Sinister Six, I'd be pretty happy with that. I can see how this all comes together.
Because don't forget there's that silly shot where Michael Keaton comes back from
in Morbius,
the other Marvel films, talks to him in Morbius. I mean, they're not on the same set, but... and that's gone nowhere. And also, Michael Keaton, I've seen an interview, he's very confused why he's in that movie. He doesn't know.
He didn't realise he was in it. No?
No. I think they just must have filmed with him and didn't tell him who was going to be. I don't think they knew who was going to be on the other side of that conversation.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That makes sense.
We'll try and squeeze it in somewhere.
It's trying to tie it into Spider-Man, isn't it?
Well, they're trying to tie it into the other good lot at that point as well. They knew it was a sinking ship. If they do bring them back, like, okay, we've released Spider-Man 4, we still need to keep this rights. We're going to go again because we've still got like the Vulture or Chameleon or Shocker or a Doc Ock film or any of these things they've probably got the rights to. What do you think they can do to make them good?
The rights to anyone that's been in a Marvel one. So I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a good question. Can they make it like a Hobgoblin film? Because they haven't used him. Well, they have actually. They have because that's Harry, and they've used Green Goblin. I don't know.
Not in this iteration not in this universe. They haven't used Hobgoblin. No, this is where
it gets murky. How can they make them better? How can we fix this, Rich? What can we do?
Sometimes things that are unsavable and they just need burning to the ground and starting again. And I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
I think what you do is you stop trying to make Spider-Man movies that don't have Spider-Man in. You stop trying to flesh out villains to be anti-heroes. And you just let them be villains. And you put them in Spider-Man movies. I think that's probably what you do. Venom, I think Venom has legs because Venom appears in like Guardians of the Galaxy, for example. You know, so I think there's scope for Venom. I would say never make another Morbius movie ever again. And never make a Madam Web movie ever again. Still think you could do a decent Kraven, but he should be a baddie in a Spider-Man movie, not a movie of his own.
Is there any, because you're a bit of a Spider-Man fan, is there any other bad guys?
Kid, I really was, yeah.
Bad guys that you would have liked to have seen have a solo film?
No, I don't want any bad guys that have a solo film. I want bad guys to be bad guys
in Spider-Man films.
Yeah, absolutely. I want bad guys to be bad guys in Spider-Man films. I don't want them. I like Sandman. I think Sandman's a great character. I don't want a Sandman movie. I'm happy for him to be a baddie in a Spider-Man movie.
I like Lizard. And, you know, I know he's in the Andrew Garfield film.
Yeah, we don't get him enough, do we? Don't get him enough. I mean, Chameleon's quite a good baddie as well.
They've kind of ruined that.
They've ruined that because he's in Kraven. But yeah, I think Kingpin, obviously, like we've had Kingpin in like Spider-Verse, and we have Kingpin in like Daredevil.
Daredevil, which looks good. It's about to come out.
Yeah,
again.
So it'd be good to have like Kingpin in the Spider-Man universe potentially. Like obviously we've had Rhino.
Oh god,
sort of.
Maybe that's what they're going to do in Spider-Man 4. They haven't announced any new
bad
guys.
I don't know. I'm sort of, but they should all be just baddies in Spider-Man movies. None of them need their own movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people out there like these films somewhere. So can you send your rankings into us, please?
Yeah, get on the old social medias. Get on there. Not whatever Twitter is now. We're not on there. We don't use that anymore. So don't contact us on Twitter. It's a cesspit, and we don't deal with Nazis. Get in the bin. So yeah, no Twitter. But we are on Threads, which might also be a bit suspect these days. And we're on TikTok, and we're on Instagram,
Blue Sky,
and we're on Blue Sky. Yeah, Blue Sky's probably the best one, isn't it? That's the best social media to be on. So yeah, maybe just use Blue Sky to get in touch with us, or just email us unequalsequel@hotmail.com, and then you can just get in touch with us that way instead. Also, tell us what you thought. We'll read out all your comments in the end of month roundup, which because it's February is really quite soon. So that'll be coming shortly. Also, if you really like us, you really want to support us, then get yourself over to anotherslice.com/unequalsequel, where for just $2.99 a month, and you haven't misheard that, it is only $2.99 a month, you can join our subscription service, and you get Disenfranchised, Box Set Mentality, and an extra bit of sequel session for all our interview episodes. And not only do you get the new ones coming out, but you can go back and listen to all the old ones as well. You get a ton for your money. Like $2.99, you're going to get a lot for your buck. A lot of bang for your buck. So go and do that. If you don't have the $2.99 at the moment, that's fine. Spread the word on social media for us. Tag us in stuff. Let people know to listen. It really helps. But also what really helps is reviewing the podcast. So if you could get on your pod player of choice, Apple, Amazon, whatever you listen to us on, Spotify, drop us a little review, 5 stars. We will really appreciate it. It will also help us towards our goal of becoming Rotten Tomato certified critics. We would very much like that for that to happen. So please get on there and do that for us. Hit the auto download button, hit the subscribe button. We'll drop into your pod player choice every single week. Season 8 is coming next month. So hit that subscribe button now, and you'll get some excellent guests. I can't believe I say this. I seem to say this every season, but genuinely, the quality of guests we're getting for season 8 is incredible. They are people we would not dream of getting previously, and now it's all kind of just coming together. Like,
it's shaping very nicely.
It's so good
at the moment.
So good. So happy.
I think we'll be able to announce a date in the next, maybe the roundup episode, maybe.
Nice. Well, yeah, I think we should be able to do that.
I think we'll be confident enough to do it then.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. Yeah, send everyone can send their thoughts in, like Rich said. That would be really helpful. Thanks very much. We will be reviewing Bridget Jones' Diary, whatever it's called, Mad About the Boy sequel on next week's Friday episode. So, if you've seen that, get those thoughts in, because maybe you had seen it when you listened to this, because it's out. Nothing else to say. So it's a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. It's a bye-bye from him.
Bye!
See you in the next one. See you for this one. Have a great week. Bye-bye. I just think people also want to know from last week, because you had a job interview last week.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Got it. I got a job, mate. I'm gainfully employed. Well, I will be soon anyway.
Yes. He doesn't have to sell organs anymore.
No. I'm hanging on to my Transformers comic collection for a little bit longer.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, it's all boxed up, ready to go, but I think I might just keep it.
Okay. Unless someone here wants to buy it for £5,000.
Well, 3.
I was trying to get you more money.
I don't think it's worth 5.
Oh, shh. You're the worst businessman.
Better to be honest. That's what I say.